Hey, what's happening, Mama Bear? What you up to? Drawing. Hey, Haley. I knew it was you. What's up, Red? What it is? Yeah. Yeah, that's how it goes. I've just resigned to like whatever I'm doing is what's happening. It's like I don't know what I'm gonna be able to get done. It's my warm-up piece. My warm-up. Just getting started. Wanna hop in Discord and chat? Oh shit. Yeah, I can figure that out. 1 second, here, I'll do that. Gonna make me stop and mess with shit? Alright. 1 second.
Oh yeah, I'm liking that. Whoa, gross. D-Lincoln Art's in the chat, everybody. And then I'm hearing myself on his stream, and it's awful because my voice is disgusting.
Hey, what's happening?
Oh,
Coming in hot.
coming in hot.
Coming in hot.
He's using like 5 microphones, chat. He's coming in hot. And then I'm getting yelled at by Apricity. Calm down, Apricity. Calm down.
All right. Okay. So how are you doing, man?
Are you on the other end of a rusty pipe inside my house somewhere? Cause like you're creeping on me. You're like right behind my ear.
I'm right there. Hey, how you doing?
Hey. Chat, can you hear D-Lincoln Art?
Oh man.
Because I always get messed up with that, where like people are like,
yeah.
"You've been talking for an hour and we can't hear the person you're talking to," and I'm like, "Well, that would have been cool to know an hour ago."
Yeah. I've had a friend on here a few times, but that worked perfect. So.
Yeah, like.
But he was a
I
smart
instantly,
person. So.
Yeah, I instantly heard myself in your stream, so I was like, "All right, D-Lincoln Art knows what he's doing. I don't." And then people like to let me just not know what I'm doing.
Which night are you working on?
Currently, we are working on Shell.
Shell night.
But I got up to like frickin' I don't know. I don't even know the numbers anymore. But I got leather, grunge, hidden, ret to go, and mechanical ret to go.
I'm just going by whatever happens in the day. I keep thinking I'm like, oh, today I'm catching up. Does one drawing.
So no one can hear you on my stream. Cool. Let's try
that's
something
not horrible. It's not.
I mean, yeah, it could be like, all of you go to D-Lincoln Art, where evidently his audio is better than my own actual audio. Like, I think they can hear you better. I mean, hear me better in your stream than they can in my stream, which absolutely makes no sense.
Yeah, it makes
but
perfect. Yeah.
Par for the course for my crappy stream. I'm gonna try this. Okay, chat, how does that sound?
Hey, can you hear me?
D-Lincoln Art now.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear him?
Can you hear me? I'm like.
Oh, look at that. A lot of people going, unfortunately, yes. Wow, that's wild.
That's. So you got it working.
Evidently, we got it working, chat.
Yeah.
They're like, yes, evident. We can hear him and unfortunately just hear him and not see his art, which is the preferable part of the duo of him and his art. That's
fine. That's good.
That's rough
that's
that they're saying that. It's
great. It's lovely.
I wouldn't say such a thing.
Okay, folks.
But that's rough.
So, Stream Raider battle. It's ready to go.
Yep. Stream Raider, we're battling.
Is it ready? Is it ready? Battle's ready.
All
Someone's angry.
Yep.
Someone's angry. I've been waiting, watching this freaking guy. Would you just start the battle already?
Start the battle. None of us are here for your art. Just start the Stream Raiders battles, please, dear God.
Wasted all my good guys on this one.
When do you get the bunny skin? Because that's really what we're all here for. Trance, over to art. Bam, we're back. The battle has been run.
So is all that stuff working as you had hoped?
What stuff?
The Stream Raiders things that you were working on. I can't remember what those friggin' things are. What are they called? Little
the
pixel dudes.
I mean,
because I know you're like submitting stuff. You had stuff made. You submit it, and they go like, nope, or they're working on it, or I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't been keeping up with what you've been doing on all of that.
It's really weird. Because, like, before I had done any of it, I had, like, no clue. Because, like, there's really no documentation about it. You just have to hear about it from, like, other streamers.
Jeez.
And then other streamers provided me with a like, hey, this is like what I somewhere I guess they do provide, like, you know, pixel character, like the head skin.
Right.
Some dude provided me a like thing of like, hey, make it, this big by this big and all these other parameters. Well, I was like, cool, I can do that because I know a pixel guy.
Right.
I can have my
You know
pixel
all the
guy.
guys. You got all the.
Yeah.
I got a
Oh yeah,
pixel guy.
I got a vector art guy
Like I got
that did my business card, that does my
I got a
that
vinyl
did my
toy
logo.
guy.
Yeah. So it's like, that's the fun of art, is I'm not gonna waste my time chasing all those dragons.
Right.
I just wanna like go to the people who have been chasing it, because what they're gonna produce is better than me trying to spend like 1 week trying to master it. Like, so I was like, I could do that. I gave neighbor the sheet, being like, this is what they say to do. He follows the guide, and then I give it to the person, and they're like, okay, we'll give it to our art team and they'll make your head skin. And I was like, but like, you have a guide that you made and provide to people with, hey, make your heads like follow these guidelines. And the person was like, yeah, and then we give it to the art team. And I was like, all right, you could have just not made this infographic and give it to people if it absolutely means nothing.
Right. Yeah. That's kind of odd.
So like certain things, yeah, so certain things have hit me kind of weird, because I was like, I didn't have to go bother someone to make this thing if it was pointless. But whatevs.
So that was kind of lame.
Yeah, so that was kind of, was just like, all right, I guess like that was a waste of time a little bit, but whatevs.
So I shouldn't have even brought it up. It's like sore spot. It's fresh.
No, like I said, I'm just learning all of it. Yeah, no.
That's kind of a bummer though, they can just run with.
Well, and I understand, because most of the people they're dealing with aren't artists.
Yeah, you'd think they would see what was provided and was like, okay, we can work with this.
Yeah, like, oh, in your case, like, you're an artist, you did it, oh, that's good. But I understand, like, the general populace that they deal with are just people that are like, we need a Goku or a Ninja Turtle,
right.
Or, like, I'm pretty sure in the next, like, couple of weeks, there's going to be a crap ton of, like, Squid Game skins.
Oh, sure. Of course.
Because, like, yeah, you gotta, like, that's how a lot of these captains are going, because you've gotta take advantage of those popularities, because you make money based on your head skins. I mean, your full body skins, so you need them to sell. Like, I get it. I'm not against anybody, but at like the same time, it's like, yo, if you're gonna provide a guide, isn't that so it like kind of helps you?
Yeah.
And then it's not. So it's like, you could have just told me, the guide could just be like, give us some images and describe what you want, and then they didn't have to put in there like, a head skin should be 10 pixels tall by 9 pixels wide. We need a front, side, and back, and all that kind of stuff. Because like, then I could have just been like, yo, Puke Knight head, here's a drawing of Puke Knight, make his head.
Makes me wonder if they had like issues. Like,
I'm sure they probably have in the
trying
past,
to take
but again,
people's stuff, and then it's like, no, they got like burned once, like never again. Some sales marketing guys like, we're never doing that again.
Well, I know in the like
someone got
stuff I filled out
or something like that.
Well, that's the thing, is in the stuff I filled out, they're like, anything I give them is still mine. Because like, for the flag bearer, a lot of people use like their Twitch logo. And I had almost thought of using my little RJ rune, but I was like, that's boring. I don't want to see flags of that on the battlefield. So I use my little Puke
That'd
Knight
actually be kind
emote.
of fun, though.
Yeah. I mean, for my hubris...
Because don't you guys like, part of it is not just like versus computer, you like fight each other streamers?
Yeah.
I imagine
there is PvP.
It'd be fun to have the
It
streamer badge.
it would be, but at the
Flying
same
across
time,
the
I really
field.
like the little dude holding a sword in the air because now there's gonna be an army of that. I don't think so, Valley. I don't think like once they put stuff in the game, there's no more tweaking it. But I have noticed like people like Iron Lord and a few others have more than one flag bearer. Like I think you can like re-earn a new flag bearer because like Brush I think has 2 now. I believe so, Valley. If you go to, let's go over to Stream Raiders and store. Yeah, see? Brush for Hire, his little weird blue googly eye emote, and then banana emote. So he is currently at 2 flag bearers. Because that's what I was talking about earlier, is this, you're like when you go to the store and search, you see how people unlock their emote, like their skins, because you always get your flag first. Then it looks like Brush got 3 head skins and then unlocked his murder banana. Then he got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 head skins, 9, 10 head skins, and then unlocked artillery. Then he's got a new flag, unlocked a head skin, unlocked a full body, an epic, and a full body. Then if we go over to Iron Lord, we go down, and there's Iron Lord's first banner, which is, I believe, his logo. It's the head that he used for his head skins. And I think he has a new. Yep, there's his new one, which is one of his emotes. So yeah, at some point they let you earn a second flag bearer. I guess so, Valley. Cause here Iron Lord's got his, and then he has 4 head skins, then a rogue, then 2 more head skins, and then 2 full body skins. Oh, he has 3 flag bearers. Sorry, flag bearer, and then flag bearer. So that's 3 flag bearers for Iron Lord. So I don't know what you have to do to earn a flag bearer, but Iron Lord has 3 of them. Then you got people like Shan Chan. Check out Shan Chan. Shan Chan went for flag bearer, 2 head skins, full body, 2 head skins, full body, and I think she has another full body like in the works currently. Like it's gonna be released soon. So she's like head skin, full body, head skin, full body.
Jeez.
So her characters are selling pretty quick because yeah, you have to earn 100 points, which means 100 skins sold.
Oh, you have to sell them?
Like they have to be bought in the store. Like I don't have to go promote it. Like they're in the store for Stream Raiders. But it's just like that's how you earn a full body skin, is your skin sells. So that's what I'm saying. Like some people want like, make me a Batman or a Goku, because when somebody goes to the store and sees a Batman or a Goku, they're gonna buy it. It's harder to sell like your own weird custom creation.
Right. I thought it was more just like a user that's getting a lot of traction.
Yeah.
You get like,
I mean, some are, because like one dude's account that I really like is Griffy Bit. Yeah. Now, he does super well, and all his stuff, I believe, is completely like his own designs. Or like at least like he's telling an original concept to the art department for Stream Raiders.
Sure.
Because if you notice, all his dudes are like knights. They all have like a really cool, like old school, like Super Nintendo RPG sprite feel to them. Like a lot of his have the knight mask. Like his flag bearer here is clearly a bard, and it has the like knight grill for the face of the bard. Then his rogue over here, again, has like the knight grill of like, you know, like a helmet, but it's got the purple cloak and like a weird looking little dagger weapon. His barbarian's like a floating evil knight with a scythe. So I like his aesthetic. His aesthetic is nice, and I don't think any of this is like rip-offs of like Goku and Ninja Turtles and stuff. It all seems like D&D RPG style stuff. So I really like that. That's where I wanted to go, but I started looking through the old sketchbook and I saw Baninja, and I was like, man, that would be a good rogue for a first one, because little bunnies are gonna sell. And it's one of my own ideas that's been in my sketchbook for a while.
That's pretty cool, though.
Eventually I want to get around to making like a actual full body puke knight and stuff like that. I have a couple other, you know, I have so many drawings I've done for D&D creatures and monsters in the past that I want to pretty much just give them those for future skins. Like I would love for one of the like the bigger, like maybe Orc Slayer or Centurion. I have an animated armor. I would love to be like, yeah, let's make like Ghost Armor Centurion. So it's just a bunch of floating pieces with like a glow. So we'll see. The next one I kind of want to do, and I know that like it's not going to be a big seller, but I want to do it, is totally Urkel playing the accordion.
What? What?
Yeah. I think that's what most people's reaction would be. Like, why? I don't want this. And then I make 0 sales and I no longer get skins.
Oh, well, it was fun while it lasted, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thanks for getting me affiliate and Baninja, but I killed it.
Got the official letter. We're no longer accepting.
They're like, you actually have had people request that we pull your designs down, so you're out of the affiliate program. I'll be like, bet. That's true.
You know, I can see.
Thanks, sorry. You know, sorry I wasted your guys' time, but thanks. They're like, we're gonna keep Baninja, and we're just not gonna pay you for it anymore. I'm like, that makes total sense as well.
We've lost too much money on this.
Yeah.
We've wasted so much time.
We're gonna keep Baninja to sell to make up the amount of money and time we've lost with the Urkel accordion character that you made. Totally understandable, thanks. All apologies. So how you been doing?
I'm doing alright.
Yeah.
I'm doing alright, man. You
making a few little nights there?
Got some drawings. Yeah. I'm drawing. I had big lofty plans for today. I was supposed to do like like 5 drawings.
Oh,
I did a bunch of
nice.
little sketches, and I got one design. One design out of. I'm never gonna catch up.
Nah, you just gotta get wild with it. Have fun.
I'm perfectly fine with exactly where I'm at. It's just
There's no more fun to be had.
Well, I tried.
There's no more fun to be had. I'm trying to tell you that.
No, it's done. No fun. No, I just don't get happy with the. I'm like, do you want to work on this one more? No. What about this sketch? Nah. Nah.
I do that with food when my mom's
And
like,
there's no...
"Do you want this?" And I'm like, "Nah."
Nah. It's like there's no consequences. It's just sort of like, no. Like, I'm like, but part of me is like, well, you wanted to get more done. Nah, I don't care that much. not enough to work on that piece of crap.
I mean, I wanted to, but I didn't want to get that one done.
Yeah.
Or this one, or those, or these, or thems.
It's like that one, that sketch. No, not working on that. Not doing that.
Totally get it. Totally get it.
Yeah, there's no real anxiety over it other than like, well, I woke up with plans. It's like, oh man, today's gonna be rad. It was still okay.
Yep.
Do you ever ink with brush? You ever try?
Well, yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
Like,
you're like,
I've done it. I've done everything.
I think
like
it feels like every drawing I've seen the last like 5 years has all been with like the same Lamy pen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that was one of the things, like I was trying to tell you like the other night, like one of the things I do a lot with my own art is literally like sit down and assess like how, like, I noticed that I had way too many art supplies. And it was like, I'm not using a lot of this. Yeah, because right after college, because like college, I mean, I was doing ink washes, I was doing charcoal, like all kinds of crap.
Sure.
In college. I was using acrylic, gouache, like literally any and everything, because either I would have it or like other art students would have it, and I'd be like, hey, let me do a piece with that stuff, and they'd be like, sure. So I mean, we did
this
etchings.
Might be my new thing.
I did silk screen. So that's one of the things I try to tell people that are always like, how should I get into it? I'm like, first you need to experiment. You need to get like crappy cheap kits of everything. A crappy cheap watercolor kit, a crappy cheap like charcoal kit, and just see what it is you like. Because that's another thing, like it's a difference in like, oh, I love Frank Frazetta's work, but I don't want to make Frank Frazetta's art.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying?
Oils for a little bit, and it's like, nah.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah.
It's like that's not my thing. I'm not into realism. I'm not into that medium. So I think that's another thing is too many people go, well, I like blank, so I need to struggle and hate working in that medium because I like some other person's end result in it.
Well, maybe you do.
And it's like I love Frank Frazetta's art, but I don't want to make it. It's the same with like Jim Lee's comic, Rob Liefeld's comic art. I love their art. I have comics of it. I will sit down and lay on my bed and read it like I'm a 7-year-old still.
Or there's no chance I'll ever get to that.
Well, I think, and again, that's one of those things where you're gonna have to get out of your head that
ain't me.
It's not you, and that doesn't, and like that's why I don't like. I'm awesome at art now because I have gotten past all of that kind of crap mentally. Like I don't have it anymore. I don't have the like, I'll never be Jim Lee. Yeah, no crap. Because one, I'm not Jim Lee. I'm not. No matter how many times I look in the mirror, I'm not gonna be Jim Lee that day. Two, that's just not what comes to me naturally. Again, that's what I was kind of talking about. You need to just mess around with stuff and find out what you like to do. Because yeah, you can ruin your whole life and screw yourself over thinking, I need to be Jim Lee today. And then you draw and you're like, not today. Still not there.
Still not Jim Lee somehow. Don't know.
Yeah.
I don't understand
but, like, that's what I actually mentioned it earlier in this stream. there's Frank Frazetta, and then there's like Stan Sakai and Kevin Eastman and Laird who made Ninja Turtles. Ninja
Right.
Turtles and like their comics of Ninja Turtles and their paint and Frazetta's paintings are not skill and talent wise anywhere
Right.
near each other,
Yeah. Yeah.
but both have had incredibly successful careers.
That's true.
And
That's
the
true.
reason they both got incredibly successful is because they did what felt right to them and they did it well.
Or they just got really lucky.
Eastman and Laird weren't like, we're gonna be Frazetta.
That'd have been funky.
Yeah. So it's like that. Like,
Cool.
I mean, Nobrin was in here the other night talking about how much he loves a Gru. I have a Gru, like super big collected. Gru, Sergio Aragones and Stan Sakai are huge friends. You can see overlap in each other's art styles because they were friends, and Stan Sakai does the lettering for Gru. And those dudes are fantastic. They're awesome. They have incredible careers based off of drawing super cartoony, goofy characters. Like Gru is literally like a sphere with little spaghetti noodle arms and legs. Nowhere near Frazetta's paintings.
Yeah.
So again, like it's what you feel like doing. Like I love my art. I like making it. The process and everything I do. But yeah, in college I drew with charcoal. I did ink washes. I've done all of it. Because I had to find what I enjoyed the most. Like in college, I absolutely loved doing ink washes. I loved having those giant pieces of arches and just like splashing. But I was also like 18, 19, 20 and thought like, this is art.
Yeah, I did.
It's messy and giant.
I did a little bit of painting. It's just once, like I did the same sort of thing, tried a whole bunch of stuff, and then picked my favorite stuff, picked my whatever, and then never looked back.
Yeah.
And then I was so now it's sort of like going back and playing with different things, like because then I hung out in digital land for like a decade.
Yeah.
So I was like, and taught myself how to paint. So I'm like, I'm gonna start playing around with. Why? I don't know.
It is fun.
See.
I mean, that's why
I haven't done it in a long
sculpting.
time. Like I haven't like inked with brush. I never gave it like a real go.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. And then I leave it and don't come back until next October.
Yeah. Because, I mean, like, that's why I sculpt, because I never sculpt before. But after a while, you're like, I know what you kind of feel like I have a handle on this thing. I need something to challenge me, but it doesn't mean I'm just going to push the thing I have, like, the handle on away.
That's exactly what I do.
Okay. Then do what you gotta do, bro.
I have a handle on digital. And I'm like,
I will never digital again. Conquered it,
no,
done.
It's not that. I want to do all of it, but
Okay.
yeah.
Because my thing just came with, like, assessing, like, successful artists or artists that I like or artists that are, like, considered, quote-unquote, like, the masters. Like Stan Sakai.
Right.
I use him as an example a lot because he's my tippity-top pinnacle.
He's your favorite. He's your favorite.
He's made Usagi since 1981. He has had an enormous career off of that.
Sure.
All Usagi, like, what he does is just pen and ink. Like, if Usagi appears in color, it's not him. It's digital colors from another colorist.
He's so boring.
He does pen and ink. He does it masterfully. He does awesome storytelling. Like, his stories are all retellings and reworking of Japanese, like, folk tales and lore and stuff like that.
So where's your comic, dude?
Me? Do you remember how I talked about how people tend to get in their own heads and like shit all over themselves?
Yeah, that's every human.
I was one of them
Yeah. And then
for the longest time, because I will tell you, when I got to college, I did the whole like fine arts where it's at. Comic books are for children.
is that well? Remember, from my experience in college, everybody it was sort of like everybody's got their graphic novel they're working on.
Oh, see, no, mine college it was we're all gonna be fine artists. Like I have
Oh,
my
really?
BFA, I don't have my BA, so it was like we're gonna be fine artists. We're gonna show in
There's a few of
galleries.
those. I had a few of
And then
those.
a couple professors are like, you know who shows in galleries? Kids that are already rich. And it was like, wait, what?
It's not. It is a hot take right there.
Yeah, like, well, I mean, my professors were like, like to get into like a gallery in New York, you need to already be like a name, or they're not even gonna like let you, like they don't let you in the door with your portfolio. They see you coming in and they throw up like they lock the door. Like you're not
Yeah.
coming in here with that dirty art portfolio and showing it to us. We only deal with artists that are already making like 30 grand a painting. It's like, well, how do I start doing that?
Yeah, that
And
is
they're like,
a
we
it
don't
is a
care. Get
weird.
away from our gallery. You're dirty.
Yeah, it is a weird path.
Hmm.
Yeah. There's also lots of different. It's always like changing. So
Oh yeah, and then like yeah, because like the Cali scene's a lot more open and inviting to what the lowbrow art.
yeah, right. There's lowbrow.
Yeah,
I think there's also like a room for like local hustler.
yeah, but
There's room.
you gotta
There's
put in
ways.
those works. Yeah,
You've seen people really
yeah, it's not
get it figured
impossible,
out.
but it's not like when you're a college student, you just think like I make the painting, it goes in a gallery,
Right.
and it's like that's not how any industry works. No industry's like, yeah, there's only 10 people trying to get into this one gallery. No, it's like there's like 18,000 people trying to get into this gallery. So they have to be that kind of like, nah, not you.
Right. Right.
And then there's also the people that are like, a gallery takes a 50% split with you? That's ridiculous. It's like, well, they're also the reason you're getting 20 grand a
That stuff
painting.
is yeah, that is it's
Is
an
because of that gallery.
interesting
Like,
nut to crack there.
yeah, it's a weird world. So yeah, after a while I was like, I'm not a gallery artist type person. Like, it's like I can't be farting in the glass and smelling it like some of these people seem to enjoy.
Yeah, that's a different. You gotta find. There's like spots for all different types of people nowadays, though.
Yeah.
But
So like I think like that's like art classes don't really prepare you to be different types of artists. It is literally like you make art to be in a gallery. Done. And I was like, "Oh, okay." Like nobody at my school was like, "Yo, sequential art's where it's at. Let's help you make comics." Hey, being your
yeah,
own artist and operating your own business and not relying on a gallery, like that didn't exist.
hey Matt, this is a red jar on chatting.
What's going on, Matt Morrow Art?
Yeah,
Yeah, oh, stream raider time. It's already been half an hour of me just running my yapper. Crazy. Boom. But yeah, I just felt like once I saw like people like even smaller time artists that you can actually interact with, like Chris Reiniak.
I
He
don't know who
does
that
his
is.
he does his morning scribbles, which are just pencil little creatures. Then he inks them, and then recently he's been sliding over into digital, and I think that's because he's refined the aesthetic of like what he wants his stuff to be. That now he's looking for other mediums to work in.
Sure. It's
And I
also
think
just
that's another
fun to
thing where
play
like
around with
an
things.
artist,
So,
yeah.
and
But I just think if like you're always chasing the different mediums in different directions, it's kind of hard to find how you like your own
true.
individual aesthetic. Because I think there's a ton of artists I know that are good, but like every time they draw, it's like a completely different drawing. And if I was like, lay your last 40 pieces out,
Are you talking to me?
I'd be like, this is 40 different people.
Are
Like,
you
I meant,
talking to
like,
me?
where's your last 40 people? And they'd be like, this is me. And it's like, this one's an
Don't you try to put me
abstract.
in a
This one's
box,
a that.
Red. Don't you try to put me in a
Bruh,
box.
I'm trying to put you in a corner with baby.
don't, don't, don't even.
It's like, that's my thing, is like, I felt like, and again, this is all just coming from personal, where I, like, look at my own work and try to dig
Right.
through it, and I'm just like, this isn't working for me. I don't want it to be different every time I sit down to draw. And I definitely feel like at one point you need to experiment to find the material and the medium and like a way to work that you enjoy. Then you need to spend some time just sinking into that and
Yeah,
really enjoying it.
yeah, that's really true. It's
Then once you kind of have your aesthetic, then the fun goes like, all right, I have like that's one of the things I've been dealing with. I dealt with it a while back, but I haven't really messed with it. Is I want to get into digital.
I'm kind of surprised you haven't.
I don't like working at a computer
You're already
where I
on
draw on
Procreate.
a.
Like you're like 2 inches away from
Well, that's why I
trying to
have.
finish.
I can actually give me a second, and I can actually show you what I've been doing in Procreate, and it's because I'm trying to drag the aesthetic that I've developed into digital, and I'm just trying to do it in a way that's comfortable for me. But I don't know. There's just so often I'm like, this is like it's not the challenge I'm really wanting. That's why I keep going back to like sculpting and
That makes
stuff,
sense.
because I'm really enjoying that challenge.
Yeah, I don't really get it. It seems like I don't get to choose when I'm motivated. When I'm super motivated. I mean, there's times where you go like, okay, it's easier when I've got like money on the line, like someone's paid me, like, okay, sit down and do the thing. But otherwise,
Yeah.
it feels like I'm just chasing motivations, and that's just sort of
Yeah.
whatever.
Well,
Whatever
I've
I
definitely
get hyped about. I'm like, I'm doing this, yeah.
I have already turned down stuff in the past where they've like been like, "Yo, I want you to sculpt me something." I'm like, "Nope, sculpting is for me. It's not. I'm not
Right.
doing that for other people because I don't want that pressure and that other crap in it yet. Because like right now, I'm loving it, and I really don't want anything destroying that."
Yeah, I haven't done any traditional, like big. Yeah, I've done a few like landscape commissions, which are really easy for friends and family. But
Yeah.
but I haven't done like a real freelance job like painting. So, and I don't know if I want to.
Yeah.
Like there was just
like,
portfolio day on
brings a
Twitter,
different-
and I hesitated even doing that. I'm like, like where 3 people see your Twitter account, and I'm like, do I still want to put this out as my portfolio? That means I'm trying to get work.
Yeah.
As if that tweet, all of a sudden knocking down the doors. I've got like.
Well, I definitely have one regret where a person reached out to me through Instagram and was like, "Hey, would you be interested in working on a comic?" And I was like, "I have no idea how to do sequential art. Go away." And I was kind of like, "I don't know who you are. You're coming out of nowhere, offering a dude who clearly has no sequential art in their Instagram gallery."
People are.
Then I researched the person and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I shot myself in the foot like 4 or 5 times right here.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's lame.
Like that may have been a huge. But at the same time, I didn't horribly be like, look at this awful thing I've gotten you mixed up in.
Comics though, it's such a huge project.
That's
how it is
I
with like kids,
I'm not ready.
Kids books, stuff. Someone wanted me to do their kids book, and I'm just like, they didn't know anything about anything. So I'm like, this is gonna be rough. I'm just taking this.
That's
person's
what I
money.
thought it was.
I'm just
I
gonna be
was like,
taking this
whoever
person's
this
money.
is just a rando
Yeah.
that's like, I got an idea for a story. I want you to draw it. And I'm like,
those are the worst. Because
but then I find out that it's a dude who actually writes comics, and I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, that could have been big mistake, Red.
But then at the same time, I could have been like, yeah, let's work on it. And then like 8 months
nightmare.
later, this guy is like, yeah, like, you know what? I made a horrible mistake with you. And I'm like, I totally understand, and I tried to warn you about that 8 months ago.
I told you.
But here is my... I consider my best foray into digital so far. And I have to hold it this weird way because my lighting setup is just going to put a big, giant, white rectangle in the center.
There's no way for me to see it right now.
You son of a gun.
But I'll just go like, that's rad, dude. Does that sound genuine?
Alright, I'm leaving this Discord. I'm out of here.
That's rad, dude.
Conversation over.
I have to like turn my
friendship with D. Lincoln Art ended.
It's done. He won't even turn his chair to look at my art. I'll have to figure out how to pull you up. My setup is it's just enough to get what I've got on my screen.
Oh, see, like I've got you.
It's not super like perfect. It's not good. I don't have access to my computer. I have a little. I have a little tablet, an Android. I could pull you up on this.
Yeah, see, I have to have my full computer set up in front of me because, again, this is like just how I was drawing pre-streaming. It's too late now. I'm not showing it to you. Never again. I've actually deleted the file that I was going to show you, which I deemed my best digital artwork ever.
Maybe it's lagged and it'll show up here in a second.
I'm 8 minutes behind. I'm still looking at it.
Yes.
Suck it.
Right, no. Well, I can see you. Look at that. Look at that crab, dude. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is my, what is it? My milieu. Like, this is what I normally make. It's trash.
That's not
I
trash,
can knock this stuff out while I'm sleeping.
That's not trash, dude. That stuff's awesome.
This is like I try to explain to people. It's not like I don't want to take compliments.
No, I know.
It's just like
at
this point in my ability of the amount of effort I've put into drawing. When somebody compliments me, it's like, this is like me tying my shoes. And I would feel just as awkward if you walked up and was like, dang, you put your shoes on today. I'm like, I do this every day, like, in my brain. And it's so hard to, like, snap. Like, it takes me a few seconds to be like, oh, yeah, this person's trying to be nice and compliment. But in my head, I'm just like, I do this every day. Like, why are you compliment? Like, nobody walks in and is like, hey, you combed your hair. You're looking...
Matt says, just say thanks.
Yeah, I do. I'm like, thanks. And then I, like, sound like I'm, like, not saying thanks. But that's also because I'm just, like, an awkward, horrible human being. Like, I get that, too. Like, I'm not unawares
you like
of
him
my
and
behavior.
Someone says, like, that looks pretty cool. And you're like,
no, see, that I just usually look up and I'm like... And I'm like, what are you talking about? What's good here? Oh, yeah, this, thanks. Like, this is just... Like, I'm not pushing myself. I'm not making anything new. I'm a turd.
No, and
Did you not hear me yesterday talk about the Taco Bell girl? I don't react well to things. Oh, I've told it. There's like a whole.
No,
like,
not everybody
Taco
listens
Bell.
to every freaking thing you say. Okay.
Okay. Again, I'm out of here. When you're in my stream, you should be listening to everything I say because it's my show. It's my show. But
so Taco Bell girl.
I've talked about her in the past where she asked if I had a new car, and I was like, nope, this is the car I've been driving for years.
The last 6 years I've been coming here every day.
Yeah. Like, I come here daily, and you think this is a different car than yesterday? No. This is the same one.
Confused as a different person.
Then, she asked if I was, like, married one day, and I was like, ugh. Then one day she was like, "Hey, me and my boyfriend broke up," and I was like, "I don't know why this is coming up when I'm just trying to get my three burritos and drive away." So it's that there's a saga going on here. Well, the other day I drove up and she did like a ta-da, like, threw her hands up and like tilted her head, and I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" She's like,
You got my
"No." And
Baja Blast yet?
she does the like pose again, and I'm like, she's like, "I got new glasses," and the first thing out of my mouth was, "You wear glasses?" And you could tell on her face she did not like that.
Oh no.
"You wear glasses? Like, just hand me my burrito, please. Like, I gotta go."
Jeez, ice cold. Ice cold.
It's rough. Here you go. Now I'm pulling it up for you.
What the?
Boom.
Okay, 1 second. I had already shut you down. All right, I'm there. I'm looking at it.
Son of a...
All right. Oh, hey, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're already having fun, and that's like.
Yeah. This is literally the first and only thing I've ever made where I was like, I don't want to delete it right this second. So
You obviously
I need to
haven't
get
put
back
much time
there.
into your digital stuff then, because, right?
No.
Like,
Well,
this
I
is one that
mean,
you put a little more time into, because you can draw.
I've made tons. Like, I've done these where I've tried, messed around with trying to, like, be more chunky, but, like, in between digital and my marker, because I did, like, the color holds on the lines and stuff like that, which I definitely like that more than just leaving the lines one color.
This is fun.
So, like, I experimented with these, doing that. Then, I made these back when I first got Procreate, and I actually made a brush so that it would look like my canvas painting. So, like, it's got that really chunky, canvasy grit.
Sure.
So that, like, it's almost impossible to get, like, a big, clean area. You're always going to have, like, some sort of artifacting, and I like that because, like, that's the kind of stuff I like. I'm not into, like, super smooth, like, cell shaded stuff. That's just not, again, seeing my pen and ink stuff, it's just not where my... Then I've done random little things here and there, like I did this for the Dungeon Drawing Dudes a while back. This one, I would say, probably represents my paper stuff almost identical in digital form. The hatching, the drawing.
Sure.
Like, I was
process.
pretty happy with this, but I literally only made this one arm in this method, and I've never been able to, like, recapture it since.
Yeah, you're gonna start playing around with all that stuff and changing, like, the colors of your lines and everything.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do, like, a digital, like, Inktober. Like, I made this boy, but, like, this is way too clean. Like, those lines, that hatching is horrible.
Yeah, you gotta find a brush.
Because I became, like, hyper focused on it, and everything is, like, perfectly placed. And I'm like, that's not how I ink when I draw. So I get in there once in a while and I get a completed piece, but I'm at that point where, like, every time I do it, it is completely different than the last time I get in there. Like, I made all my emotes. I've got this buddy, which is one of the, like, this looks more like this looks like a page right out of my sketchbook. The lines, the way the coloring's done, just looks like when I'm in my sketchbook, noodling and not giving a crap. So I'm getting, and that's a more recent piece. A lot of this other stuff I'm showing you, I literally made, like, maybe 2 years ago. So I'm getting there. I'm getting more comfortable. But for the most part, in my head, this is what this is the only thing I really do on iPad is, like, work through that so that I can turn it into this.
Right. I mean, it's very handy.
Yeah, so, like, I just need to get in. So I'm getting more comfortable, at least with just getting in there and even working. But like you said, I need to find some brushes that I like. I need to like figure out the whole like layering and using like the effects so that the colors kind of blend more like my markers, but not. I don't want to sit down and try too hard to just try to reproduce my marker stuff, because I
Yeah, it's
like each
sort of.
medium to look like
It'll look like
the
whatever.
medium.
Yeah, your favorite
Yeah.
version of digital or whatever is good.
Yeah, so I need to just sit. I need to do what I do with
It's just so handy that
traditional stuff.
I
Yeah.
and it's so quick that to me, like, not using it out of just is more from just not knowing how to use it
Yeah.
and not being comfortable, and it's not like a stylistic choice. Like you're like, I just don't like you haven't really messed with it, but that's
Yeah.
okay. Like, who cares? But except
Yeah.
when someone's like super creative and works a lot, it's like, how do you not have digital chops?
Yeah. I have
Because it's not
no digital chops.
it's not that steep of a learning
No,
curve.
because again, there's so many people that make gorgeous looking work, and you're like, they don't know how to draw because look at that foot, look at that hand, that face is atrocious. But they put so much good digital effects over top of it, no one notices.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you strip all that away, that is like the drawing of like a 9-year-old.
My favorite painting method now is using like big textured brushes that give me like an almost unpredictable kind of mark, and so I just use big strokes in painting, and yeah, you can hide a lot. You imply a lot, and you don't actually have to nail every little.
It's up to the interpretation of the viewer.
No, it's more instead of having to, I can imply something that looks really detailed because I added the right shadow and specular highlight, but really, if you tell me to draw from that object in that angle, like precisely with line, it's like, oh Jesus. But I slap together some colors in just the right way. It's like, oh, that actually works. It reads like almost a realistic object, but if I were to draw it, it's not.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder to draw. So I don't know. That stuff's really fun to
I think one of the other things that held me off from digital is the same reason, like, it took me a while to get into painting, is because I like line. Like, that's my other thing. That's why, like, certain artists like Sakai and Ben Sears and stuff draw my eyes, because I'm all about line work. The coloring came in college later, and I was like, oh yeah, you gotta color that stuff. And that's one of the reasons when people are like, oh, why didn't you sculpt earlier? Because I'm super into toys. I have like thousands. And I've always wanted my stuff in 3D, but it's like, I'm also like not wanting to just like have anybody make my stuff in 3D. So I was like, I need to start doing it, because I'm going to be the only one that I'm not going to annoy the living hell out of that tries to sculpt my stuff. Could you move that and like change that just slightly? You did it? Yeah. Go back to how it was.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, I would want to just like use your hands to recreate what's already in my brain. And I know that's an awful thing to do to other people, because I would not let someone do that with me.
That's like all of graphic design. All of graphic design.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a nightmare. I hate that.
Yeah.
But that's the job.
So I knew that's probably how I would behave.
We're almost there.
I was like, I'm not going to do that like to someone else. Yeah.
We're almost there. It's like, oh, dude, I've already done like 8 revisions.
Yeah.
We're getting closer.
Let's go back to version 2. We're on version 87,
they're
you
like,
son of a...
They're like, I love it.
Version 2, that was the best.
5 pages of notes. We love it.
But, can it be blue instead of yellow?
So we're talking to the team. They've shown all their kids, and their kids all think, like, what?
Like, we need to completely go back to the drawing board on this one.
Take it back to formula.
It's like, you know what? decided I don't need this job. Bye.
Nope. That's not an option.
Yeah.
It's okay.
You can't say that because I will go on Facebook and say that you're a doo-doo head. So we're gonna keep working on this. Oh yeah, okay, you got me.
Fine. You signed the contract.
Oof.
It's in blood.
I don't sign contracts. Bye. Yeah, so.
That's the way she goes.
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
So yeah, that's like what I mean when I say like I'm not a real artist. And people are like, don't put it down on yourself. I'm like, no, I'm saying like I'm not out there trying to get like clients and stuff. It's like I draw because that's all I care about.
I'm just drawing.
Yeah, I was like, I just want to make art. I don't want to deal with clients. I don't want to chase them. I don't want to be like, well, I've got to move out of my apartment because I didn't find 2 clients this month. That's just not my life. I'm not putting it down. I'm just saying that's not my life. Because one of my buddies right now is in the animation industry, and it's like, bruh, he's like, in the couple years I've known him, he's worked on multiple different shows because the shows are like, all right, we're done. Bye.
Yeah.
It's just like,
yeah.
you don't have a job anymore. So it's like, you're getting, I mean, in theory, it's like you're getting fired every couple of months, every couple, like, a year or 2.
Yeah, that's animation.
So it's just like, that's a rough life, and I don't want to live that.
Yeah.
That's just not me.
It's like a nomad. They're like nomads.
Yeah, and like I give him all the props because like doing that while also having a family, that's gotta be stressful as living shit.
Yeah, it's definitely
like,
not.
Because you're like, all right, I gotta find a job because I've got kids that. Whereas like I'm just the doofus that's worrying about myself. So it's like, oh. Yeah, I just don't go to Taco Bell this week.
You know how easy it is for I use it all like, oh, it's because got a kid. Wish I could have finished that, except that's not the case. I got all the time in the world. I still don't get things done.
Yeah.
The kid thing though.
It's a good one.
It's a solid easy out.
But yeah, especially
I got people
in
my life that use it as an excuse all the time, and it's like, come on, wish I could. Got a kid. Wish I could do that.
Yeah, that's them just being like, I don't want to hang out with you. Bye.
Now, if you said you had like 5 kids, okay.
Yeah.
That's a whole different thing.
So yeah, I don't envy like that lifestyle like at all. Like that ain't me. I love watching animations. So like I'm glad there's people that'll do it, but that ain't me. And like I used to work at an arena. I used to be up at 3 building stages for concerts, going
Really?
to sleep at like 8 a.m. Yeah. Like I loved that life until I like hit my 30s and I was like, well, we're done here. Because it's like, that is not a life I want. I don't want to be up at 3 a.m. building stages to get 2 hours of sleep to come back to that.
So you're like a construction-y guy? You like to build things? You build stuff? I knew, I had one like acquaintance, friend, person from college that was into stage set design and building and all that kind of stuff.
No, see, no, I'm not. At the arena, I wasn't designing the stages and stuff. I was just setting up the like equipment. And then like a concert would come in, load their stuff on top of our stage.
Like a big arena, like a huge old giant place.
Yeah, like basketball, volleyball,
so you're like setting up
concerts.
What do you set up? Isn't everything like easy?
Well, we would have to take the basketball court apart and put it in a storage room, so that we would go to bare concrete floor. So like when you're at a basketball game and you see all the like ad panels and the people sitting on the sides like talking on phones and the hoops and the carpet and all that, we had to rip all that up to go to a bare concrete floor.
Weird.
Then we built stage, which is just like, it's almost like scaffolding.
Sure.
Because like all stages are up off the ground. And like, you know, each show tells us like we need to be, you know, 4.5 feet off the ground, so we would build our stage to 4.5 feet, or whatever their height was. And then they come in and actually start putting like the lighting up and all that stuff, because that travels with the touring show. And then we had like curtains that we had to drop behind, you know, for behind stage. We had to set up locker rooms to be like, you know, we had to get the basketball stuff out
and put in like
couches.
I get it.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot to it, and it had to be done like every other night.
Yeah.
Because it'd be like, there's a basketball game tomorrow. There's a, you know, Avenged Sevenfold concert. The next day there's a basketball game. So like in 3 days, you were literally making the building go from one setup to another, back to the exact way it was 2 days prior.
Over and over and over.
Yeah, for years. I worked there for over 10 years doing that crap.
Oh, wow.
I built the stage that I graduated on.
Really?
Yeah. Because, yeah, we did graduations for the college, graduations for high schools, volleyball games. We did like church stuff. Like, I mean, pretty much anything that would need a venue with a crap load of people. Like every show, like every concert we had for those 10 years, I built the stage and I watched the shows. So I've seen like crazy amounts of people perform. So it just comes down, like, that was fun, but after a while, I was just like, I can't do this.
Yeah, that sounds horrible. I don't want to do any of that.
Well, in college, it was awesome. It was, like, the best. Because, like, it ended up being a bunch of friends, and we just worked together, lived together,
Matt,
and went to school together, so it was just awesome.
You were like 5 days behind now. What happened? Jesus, Matt. You don't point at the elephant. Call it out.
Yeah, please answer, Matt. I would like to know the answer. Nightbone shooter.
I don't know, man. Life.
I thought you said you were streaming this weekend, Bone Shooty. I'm gonna be looking for those streams. No. I think you need to answer.
Matt, I have a kid. I have a kid. I had a kid who was in school, and I had the day off.
Think of the children.
Man, I don't even know. I just live life.
I don't know how we got here, but here we are.
I don't even know.
Here we are.
It's just the way of things.
You hit him with the, I know, right? Crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, I was, chugging along there. Actually, I wasn't. I got, before it started, I gave myself a few days. This is how it always is. If I don't get like 4 days ahead of myself, then I can't have the 4-day breaks that I'm gonna have no matter what. So I have to constantly be like pumping 2 out maybe when I'm working, because I know I'm gonna like have no work days coming up.
Yeah.
It's like I'll sit down to do stuff and I'll draw a little sketch, and then like I was saying, I'm like, I'll think of an idea, or I'll start like the crow night or whatever. Well, I spent 2 days really just drawing crows. I'm like, this isn't a night, dude. You're just looking at birds and drawing them. I'm like, but I spent 2 hours
Just looking at birds.
just looking at birds, just drawing them. And I'm like,
But do you feel like the experience is doing anything for you at all?
Oh, see, also I love all of that. So that's another thing. Is I'll just sit there and draw. I'm like, well, I had a fun time and I spent 2 hours drawing birds. It's just not Inktober, and I wasted all my creating juice. It's gone.
Because I love the research. That's why
So to me, it's not a day wasted. Except everybody else sees that. You didn't do another night. Like, yeah, it's true.
I'm gonna be looking for it, Bone Shooty. But
it's true.
Yeah, I get how that goes. Because with mechanical, I started going down a rabbit hole of freaking cuckoo clocks, looking up antique, crazy ornate, and being like, man, some of these cuckoo clocks get kind of crazy because it's 2 dead rabbits, a hunter's horn, and a pouch that would have been the ammunition for the hunter. And it's that's what old cuckoo clocks were. Is
That's cool.
Here's a dead deer on a clock, and it's okay, cool, neat. So yeah. So I love that research, going down a rabbit hole.
I mean, I don't find high concept stuff like that sounds cool.
I'm now a crow artist, evidently, is what you're working on.
Yeah, that's kind of how that's more well, no, I'm just doing really cool stylized crows. So maybe that's my new thing. Maybe I'm an aviary illustrator.
Maybe I get rid of this pig wizard and I'm a crow magician.
I'm a crow guy now. That's how my dumb brain kind of works.
I'm
it's
down.
I don't say it out loud, but in my mind I'm like, maybe I want to draw birds now. I want to do a series of 20 birds. Why are you doing that? You're supposed to be doing Inktober. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Oh, okay. And I reset, and I'm like, well, that was today's effort.
I love that. I'm totally there. Because that's kind of how I fell into the beetle stuff. I saw that beetle. I was trying to do some sculpture stuff, and I took my dogs out, and they started sniffing around in the yard. And I'm like, "What is that?" And I walk over and I check, and my dogs are sniffing a dead beetle. I picked it up and I was like, "I need to do something with this." And then I turned that beetle into a sculpture. And then I still have doodles and designs and want to do stuff with beetles, and it came from just because my dog saw a freaking dead beetle in the yard. I'm like, I love beetles now. Beetles are one of my favorite things. I want to be a beetle artist. What do? I draw beetles.
Drawing beetles. Tammon,
and people
that's
are
the nicest thing ever. Tammon,
I will never come back to your Twitch stream ever again. You're a beetle artist. That's weird.
Tammon says, I'm here for anything you feel like doing. I'm like, oh, well, you're awesome. My Instagram following is not that.
Isn't that fun? I'm
they
gonna
just
post a sculpture.
Nope.
I just lost 10 followers. That's weird.
Not only that, I'll get like 5 likes or something. Like, oh, they all said nope. They noped out of that one quick. I don't really care. After the first 3 years of only having 50 people liking stuff, you go okay, I get it now. I'm not that tied up with this. But when the 50 don't show up, you're like, oh, okay, that was they hit a very specific brand that they were responding
mine
to.
Is, what's going on, Mr. Sam McSamface? How are you doing tonight? Apricity, we're running to battle right now. Right now.
Are you gonna do the battle yet?
I just used to when I would post, I posted the D&D stuff for so long, and then it'd be like, hey, I'm gonna post a cable drawing.
Oh.
And I could literally see my follower count drop by 15. I'm like, all right, we'll see ya.
they're, they're like, I was here for my daily dose of interesting D&D and
Yeah.
comics.
For a long while there, I
Get
was
gone, comics.
I was posting I was constantly making stories about going to Taco Bell and doing different things.
The most
And
like weird.
I would make a story about like buying 2 Baja Blasts, and then like the next day I have like 8 less followers. Like, bye.
Yeah, people they check out of that.
I had my highest was 4,200 something followers, and I did enough of those like Instagram stories, and I guess posted stuff that wasn't D&D drawings. Then I got down to like 3,700.
So you were really losing people.
like daily,
They're just shedding.
weekly.
They're
I
like,
was
I'm
just like,
shedding.
these people are running. People are literally like, I do not want to see this account anymore.
They're like, I did have like, how did I sign up for something that I wasn't?
Yeah, like, why do I keep getting notifications about new Instagram posts, and then when I open it,
It's a Taco Bell commercial. What?
It's a weird hip hop song to Baja Blast video.
Is this some like plant? Some like advert secret?
So that was definitely some wild time, because I was like, oh man, I guess like me living my life is not what these people want to see. Show us a final drawing.
Well, yeah, you don't know
post.
why you have people following you, so you don't. I'm always curious about that. Like when someone says, I saw your stuff on Instagram." I'm like, what stuff are you responding to? I'll let you know if I'm in that mood, or because I have a lot of really old. In 2010, I was doing fan art, video game, digital paintings, and I was selling prints of that. So it's just old video game.
Disgusting.
Just old video game fan art, and I love that stuff.
Like,
but I've stopped doing it, so people find me for that. They find me for these old, like, you gonna do another Earthworm Jim? I'm like, nope.
Those days are over.
That was a while ago.
I did that just to draw you all in.
There was that was weird because it was slowly. I would have really good like convention shows. I'd have really bad ones, but it made sense that you needed to like go and travel around. I'm like, this becomes a whole thing. Becomes like a whole
Biopricity. I just got a rate of 37. You know what that means?
Oh man.
My channel and your channel have to hear the accordion.
I have to mute. Oh shoot! I have to figure out how to mute this.
What's going on, Dr. Rhino? How are you doing this evening? Thank you for the raid. How is everyone? Thanks for the raid, Dr. Rhino. I'm going to be doing this to you. This is what I do when people raid me. I put them in my little gondola here. That's you. Sit back and enjoy your grapes.
Hurry. Why?
And your Baja Blast while I serenade you by moonlight.
I only have. It's just Matt, Tim, and like what? Maybe like 2 family members watching. So Tim saying, "Mute you." Mute him. Maybe he's self-muted. That was nice. So Matt, what are you working on tonight?
Dr. Rhino's already long gone because he was like, I'm not listening to this.
He's
trash.
like, no, I was just dropping off my people and moving along with life.
Yeah, there was literally no better choice on Twitch at the moment. I already apologized to my stream before we came over here. Hi, everybody that came with Dr. Rhino. How are you doing? Thank you for the follow, Mr. Altier. I understand if you want to unfollow. It happens a lot around here. Especially when the raid accordion comes out. We're drawing knights. This is a cowboy knight. How are you all doing this wonderful Friday evening?
Another werewolfy character. I have a couple more. That's cool, Matt. That's cool.
Werewolves are pretty sweet.
Yeah. Matt's working for money, you know.
Oh, nice.
He's doing money art.
I like exposure bucks myself.
I don't like getting money. I don't like that. It taints the art.
I'm like, look, I'll draw for you, but please don't tell anybody I did it. Please don't tell nobody. I like reverse exposure. Please do not tell people I did this. In fact, I'll pay you to tell them that it was someone else.
$50. Hey man, that's a lot of Taco Bell.
That's how I gauge things.
How much Taco Bell does this buy me?
Yeah. Like, other people are like, rent, electric. No. I work in Taco Bell increments.
Yeah.
I work in Taco Bell increments. Like, oof, you're talking a lot of burritos. Are you ready to pay for a lot of burritos?
There's no response in the email.
They come back like, I'm actually, like, I gotta drive to the Taco Bell with you, or like, do I pay you?
They're like, this is to get around taxes. I want to have you buy my Taco Bell. I want you to buy my Taco Bell and hand it to me, and then we'll never need to deal with the contract or anything.
Yeah, I prefer to keep I prefer to actually keep nothing to actually cross my hands. I just eat the food you purchase. They're like, I really don't like what's going on here.
In fact, in my contract, you need to feed me. Put the taco. Oh. Oh, man.
They're just like, no, thanks.
Oh, man.
On second thought, I'm gonna check out Fiverr real quick. I believe that's probably a better choice.
I see you do take commissions. How often do you get commissions? Well, I see you did like that crazy taxi thing. I don't know how someone got you to do a crazy taxi.
Money.
Like, do you have that as a store option or something? Like, or did someone just email you and say, hey, can I pay you for stuff?
Okay, we're gonna go back to that. Like, I don't do these sorts of things. Like, I'm not trying to run it as a business. I've
seen you do it a bunch.
Yes, because I get asked, and I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. I don't usually go promote it.
That I get you.
And then
that makes more sense.
Yeah, like, I don't promote it because I don't know what my time is like, because I have a day job. Like, I don't make art solely. So if, like, work is busy, I'm not working on your piece.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. I'm out. I'm done talking. I want to talk to professional artists that work full time.
And then...
You're a hobbyist?
Correct.
The most obsessed hobbyist.
So
Hey,
I don't have it on a store because I try not to even have a store.
that's
But I get
right.
bullied. I get bullied into it. And then on Instagram, it used to just be like I would post stuff and you get the typical like a person's like, "Hey, want to draw my character?" And I'm like, "Yep, these are my prices." And then they never come back.
Uh,
Then there's the people who are like, "Hey, like a lot of it on Instagram was always D&D commissions, like draw my character, draw my party."
sure.
And I'm like, "No problem. It's going to cost this much." And when it's a person wanting a D&D character, they come back. They're like, "Let's do it." And I'm like, "Awesome."
Yep.
I've
Yeah,
done lots of
D&D.
that.
I've done a couple of
Since
those.
since Twitch, it's a whole different world because there's way more people asking me to do commissions than I feel comfortable like taking on at the
Oh,
same
really?
time.
That's cool, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's awesome. It's just I was like I'm not set up for this. Again, I have a day job. My brain some days I'm going to wake up and be like I'm not drawing that commission. It's not happening.
Yeah, that one's not going together.
So like yeah, so there's a lot of that. So again, when it's like a person who's just like, "Hey, do you take commissions?" I hit them with the like, "Here's my prices," and then you gotta understand I'm a crazy person. Like some days I'm gonna want to draw it, some days I'm not. Do you have a time frame? Because I don't.
Right.
And if they get through all that, hey, I draw a thing for them. Now the crazy taxi piece, that was normal neighbor, the guy who did all my pixel stuff. We've known each other for years. He literally just PayPal'd me the money and was like, "You're doing it." And I was like, "Son of a biz!" Like I've told people my commissions are quote unquote closed when they've never been there and they've never been open.
Oh, that's funny. You actually say they're closed?
Well, I had to because so many people wanted commissions, and I was like, "Bruh, I gotta take a break. Like I gotta draw the dumb stuff that's in my skull." I've had fun drawing other people's stuff. Then I wanted to work on my comic, and that never happened because the two times this past year where I was like, "Let's focus on the comic," I ended up sleeping on the couch, depressed for like a month after that.
Isn't that weird
So
how that
it's like,
goes?
let's.
Yeah.
Well, for the issue is the comic is tied up with my friend who passed away last November.
Oh, well,
And
that's not
at the
cool. That's
time
not
of him
cool.
passing away, we were working on that. Like, we weren't working on it together. Like, it wasn't a comic we were going to make. But that friend of mine and I pretty much talked about every piece of art the two of us made for 10 years. Like, I would take a pic, like, if I drew something, I would take
Ah.
a picture and send it to him. If he was drawing something, he would send pictures of it to me.
Well,
So,
that
so at
sucks.
one point, I was like, my art process is over because a huge step in that process was having his
Yeah,
feedback.
like a
And
bouncing board.
yeah, because like we were like brothers, our brains were like at the same place. Like the way we interacted with each other, it's just like I don't know if I'll ever meet another person where we like click like that. So at
Probably
one
not.
point I was like, I want to stop art, and it sucked because it was literally I think 3 weeks into streaming on Twitch.
Wow.
So I was like, well, we're done here. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I gotta go and like lay in a pit of despair for a few months. But the
Jeez
Twitch
Louise.
community has just been too awesome that I couldn't do that. So Twitch streaming, and one of the reasons I almost do it every freaking day is because it helps
Sure.
keep my mind off it, and 20 to 30 people hanging out in chat kind of replace him. Like it takes that many.
Yeah, that's
So yeah,
pretty cool.
it's been a wild year. Like I can't believe it's already been a whole freaking year. Like it is wild. But yeah, so the comic was something where he, like, I've had stories, I've shown you like the different characters that I have for like my fantasy story, and in my
Right.
brain that story's gotten way too big. It's like my Lord of the Rings. So it's like, well, I can't start making Lord of the Rings. So how can I how can I ever start this comic?
Yeah.
So it's like, so he was like, hey, stop being a doo-doo head and just make a comic that you don't give a crap about, that's totally for fun. Do, like, we started talking and it was like, how about I do like a genre I would never want to touch?
Normally.
Yeah, like the complete opposite of what my little precious baby messing me up, I am freezing myself on. Like the complete opposite, just like go wild with it, have fun, get stupid. I was like, let's do it. So I was coming up with characters, hitting him with designs, and he's like, you're freaking doing it. Like, this is so goofy and stupid. Because I was just like, I'm going to make it dumb. Like, I don't want a good story. I'm ripping off things. I don't know if you've ever seen, like, the Bart Kira stuff. Where it's like,
Yeah. Yeah, that stuff's awesome.
Akira. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know, Dave Baker, who did Shitty Batman?
Yeah, I was about to bring. I was like the shitty
Yeah.
Batman one. I've got the
Yeah.
only reason is I got one comic friend that hits me up with these hilarious things.
Awesome. So yeah, so like that's what I was like going for. I was like, I want to steal and rip off, do crappy, stupid parody. So like the concept was I'm doing like every cop show cliche, but it's like cyberpunk, but the cyberpunk is like the 1990s. So like they have phones that are still like corded. They're still using like fax machines.
Sure. That's
And
awesome.
it's all cyberpunk future laser beams.
It's retro
like,
future. Retro
Yeah,
future
but like
stuff.
characters are using Tamagotchis and stuff. Like the goofiest crap I could think of. And then like the writing is all just like I'm literally watching cop movies and TV shows and just stealing ideas. And then anytime in the show or the movie it was drugs, in this it's gonna be nanobots. Like there's a shipment of nanobots coming into the docks. Like,
That sounds
characters are all like
hilarious.
strung out like in an alley. Oh, he's back there doing nanobots. Like it was just gonna be like
I
complete
love all that silly
stupid.
stuff. That silly
Like
stuff.
yeah, like we were like cheesing and laughing and we're like, this is it. He helped me like come up with some designs, or he would throw out a design because he's like, dude, I was like thinking about like your stupid stuff. Cause like we're doing like the police chief's gonna always yell and like, I can't. My doctor says I need to calm down. Like all that stuff. Like you just cost the city $2.8 million. Like I wanted to do like the whole like Lethal Weapon, like he's the loose cannon,
Right.
I'm the old by the book. Like it was all gonna be all that stuff.
That sounds like a gold mine, actually.
Yeah, so like I was loving it, and then when he passed away, like it's so hard for me to like sit down and want to like focus on it. Cause I'll start looking at like our Facebook chats. Like I have some of like he redrew some of my characters, and I'm like,
That's rough, dude.
yeah.
That's rough.
So like that's where like it just, cause like I want to do it. I'm still hyped up to it. I know like I have to for him do it, but it's just
man.
like it's just been like the couple times I've tried earlier in the year. I was just like I am wrecking myself. So like I keep putting it aside, and then I like mope for like a month and play like World of Warcraft and don't talk to people. And then I realize like I'm being a piece of crap because there's a bunch of awesome people in my Twitch stream that like want to hang out.
Right.
So then I'm like, all right, let me try to dig myself up out of this pit. But I want to do it because that comic scene, like I'll send you some of the like crap I've got for it. It's so stupid. and it would be so awesome and fun to do. Because like, again, like at one point, like, there's an explosion at like, some whatever event thing that the people are gonna rob, and the dude just yells, "This is a robbery!" Like I'm have like everything that like, like how to write comics or how to write a story tell you not to do. Like, show, don't tell. I'm literally having characters be like, "I'm pissed. This is a robbery."
I can see that being handled like just so.
Yeah, so like, and then like again, and then the other thing that we like, because again, like he and I were kind of like in our own little like stupid sound chamber where one of us would have a stupid idea and the other one's like, do it, instead of like, maybe you need to rethink that, come up with a more quality idea. We'd just be like, yes, was everything is based on shapes. Like this character, his clothing and everything will always be heavily square influenced. This character, triangle. So that like all the outfits and everything are just goofy.
They've got themes to them.
Yeah, like
the characters.
Like nobody addresses it like I'm Triangle Man. No, it's just like every time I draw this character, if he changes clothes, it's just gonna all be triangles. And then like they're a police squad, so it's like, okay, one guy's circle, the lady is diamond, the one dude is square, there's a robot character that is triangle, and it's just like that's just how the squads are formed. So I was like, okay, so some of the other police squads are circles, triangles, squares, and then the villain teams just happen to be circle, triangle, square, diamond. Then I was like, oh, and then there's gonna be like, this team's a little crazier. They're star, plus sign, crescent, heart. So like that's like and we were like, yeah. Like, why don't we come up with weird shapes for some of the other team? Like, like that's like the level up team, like in an old cartoon, or like Power Rangers or something like that. Right. Like, oh shit, this is the stronger team. Like this is the people that Goku's gonna have to go Super Saiyan to fight because they're different shapes. So it was all just stupid stuff, and we had like such a good time and like back and forth. So yeah, it's like there's a ton of content there, and it would be so fun. And I already have the first 32 pages sketched out. Like they're on my iPad. All I have to do is trace them to paper and start drawing it. And I open up that file on my my iPad, and I'm like, not today.
Yeah, not today. Shut it down.
Let me go get 4 burritos and hope the girl at Taco Bell doesn't throw herself at me again. I can't handle this today.
But you know, I've got things to sulk about.
I'm emotionally disturbed. I gotta get 4 burritos and go home and snuggle with my dog, please. I have no time for your feminine wiles. Calm down. Gosh.
You didn't notice my new glasses? You have a face? What did you say?
Like,
I don't know.
You're a human is what you're telling me.
Well, I thought I was talking to like a bot. You actually have real people.
Hand me my burrito. I must go. I have no time for this. I'm an artist. I don't have time for this. I'm a horrible human being. Just give me my burrito, please. I must go.
Oh, is he talking about his Taco Bell boo? Planned their wedding? Oh, man.
Oh, who's saying that? Who's in your chat saying that?
Damn it.
All right, his band. It was nice knowing you, Tam. Have fun at D-Lincoln Arts channel for the rest of the time. I said good day.
It's over. It's over with. Finished. Yeah, cop stuff is seems like it's endlessly. It could be endlessly hilarious.
Because the triangle dude's a robot. So I had already talked to him. I was like, eventually, I'm gonna have to just redo RoboCop, but with this robot guy. Like, he's not a human that becomes a robot. He would just be a robot. But I want to totally do the like, Murphy, I'm a mess, and like all that like crazy stuff.
RoboCop, man.
And it's like the ultra violence, because he's just a robot, so I could have him just shot to like literally hell and back. And then they're like, we uploaded his biometric mainframe to the new system, and then like he gets like a new robot body. Like, we just wiped out that whole RoboCop craziness because we just uploaded him into a new frame. No. I want to do all the lethal weapons.
That sounds amazing.
Then randomly really in there, I want to throw in like like a Miami Vice, but then like a Nash Bridges, and then like maybe like a In the Heat of the Night.
Yeah, you're basically just playing off of all these 90s.
Yeah, like if it's a cop show and it has like that quintessential like cop episode, I just want to be like, I'm just stealing that. These 4 characters are gonna be whatever characters, and just go with it. Is this an episode of CSI Miami? It might be. I don't know. Don't go looking and find out that I almost word for word copied it.
I'm pretty sure I saw this one. Maybe.
We just, so like that's the fun I wanted to have with it, because it took all the pressure off me. It just became draw goofy characters, and because it helped me, it was allowing me to focus on what I felt I needed to practice, which is the like writing dialogue,
storytelling, and that kind of stuff.
And then working out the actual sequential frames like on a page.
Yeah.
So that's where I was like, I always sit down and I'm like, I don't know where to go.
You follow that Dave Raposa guy? Artist Dave Raposa. He did this comic called Steve Lichman.
Don't know that name.
Don't know that name. That's amazing. Anyways, similar kind of. Him and a buddy were trying to write comics, and they were having a hard time telling a story, so they were like, well, let's just do a joke like D&D spoof, and it's a lich in a dungeon, but it's like real life, so they're just sitting there like waiting for adventures to come. And anyways, it blew up, the little 3-page or whatever 5-page thing, and they've had 2 like several $100,000 Kickstarters off of just a it's like one of those exact stories, like, this is supposed to be the throwaway. This is just us like making dumb jokes about.
Yeah.
It's like we had very serious sci-fi graphic novel we were working on.
Yeah.
And our joke comic just blew up.
And I thought that's kind of like what I felt like he and I had, because like we were like, this is starting to become good. Like again, like like just like that. Like we started being like, we're having too much fun. We were making up so many characters. So yeah, I'll have to check that out. And
Steve
then I'm gonna
Lichman.
copy them.
That stuff is great. Every time you meet another artist and you see like stuff they don't know, or that you're like, how have I never seen this stuff, or how have you never seen this stuff?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, what? Are we in the same? I thought this is a simulation that we're all playing out together.
Okay, looking at the art, I may have, but I think I know that isn't Dave Raposa is the guy that did those like crazy, super detailed
Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
Yep, that's what he first got. Okay. He was just an illustrator.
Sure. Yeah, so I'm also sure that like fame helped this like bump along.
It didn't.
Like, wasn't he already huge?
It didn't. They didn't know him at all. What helped was
that's crazy.
It blew up on Reddit, and then Reddit blew it into like comedy circles. They're like, it was just people were responding to a comic. They're like, nobody knew him by name. It was literally all randoms from around. Like it just getting picked up and reposted. I think Kotaku did a thing on it, so they just like
Crap.
they just got crazy. What's it called? Marketing crazy viral. They just went viral.
Like,
they just went viral in the real world, in the mainstream world.
I remember all those turtle things, and then I remember he did the He-Man, and then like Sideshow or some company actually like made his He-Man drawings into figures.
He was successful as an illustrator, but that was not the reason why that comic book thing blew up the way it did.
That's crazy.
Because they were even talking about like where they could see the analytics of where their stuff is coming from, like where they're like no, it's like both of their it was like their Instagram following, all their social media people, like because it was just their artists that follow artists, and artists don't buy stuff. It's non-artists that buy.
Yeah.
that buy stuff. So it's like you think you have this huge following, and nobody is like. It's like that didn't really help, but what really helped was getting posted on these other like forums.
That's funny. That's crazy.
What was it? I think it was Tumblr. Tumblr was another big one. It blew up on Tumblr, and that got a huge bunch of people. Which I don't even know. Does Tumblr even exist?
I don't know.
Is that even a thing?
I mean, I just found out the other day DeviantArt still exists. Like that blew my mind. I was like, I'm not in high school anymore, so why does
DeviantArt scares me too much? I can't go there.
Oh yeah, there's other people in high school still.
I can't go to I can't do the DeviantArt thing. It's too much like
no.
It's the same feeling I get with like 4chan or something. I can't go
there.
there. I'm afraid of what I see.
And like getting on there back when it was like created and being like, this is incredible. And that's actually how I like knew of my buddy Ralph was DeviantArt. So like, yeah, I was just like, DeviantArt still exists. And evidently it does.
Damn it, you ratted me out.
Ooh, now you're in trouble with him. Have fun with that.
Your chat. That was probably
now you're doing it again.
I didn't. Hey. Sorry. I don't know what to say. Shut your mouth. Well, it's been real. It's been real.
Tammy's gonna ban you in your own channel.
Yeah, that's it.
That's a bummer.
Block.
It was fun Twitch streaming while it lasted, huh?
Yeah, it was alright.
You're done.
Finally.
She's putting the word out with the art community, and you're being shunned.
You know what?
Shunned. Oh man, I don't think we win this one, chat. Nope, we just lost. And I get to blame D-Lincoln Art. Oof. Bummer. We give it one more try, chat. One more. Let's go. Because I also didn't realize that it was midnight, so yes, a lot of my viewers are night-night.
Yeah.
We all went to sleep. Why are you still playing?
That's right, it's midnight. In whatever town you're in.
I'm on the East Coastal.
Heck yeah.
I need to get back into it because, like I said, it was.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of awesome effort, but
a fun, goofy thing, and I just need to get over it.
Yeah.
And I think I'm getting there. Again, the 2 times I did it were like much earlier in the year, and I just kind of was like, bleh. I just don't think I was fully like ready to like sit down and like focus on that, but I think I think a year's been enough time. I need to try it out because it would be fun.
Yeah, because it feels very light. It doesn't feel like it's a lot of heavy stuff.
Yeah, because
It's
it
not
was just
like
like anything that popped into my head, I was gonna be like, let's do it. The goofier, the more stupid. But that's and that's what I'm saying. Like where like I would have shown him something and he'd be like, yo, why don't you do this police show? And I'd be like, hell yeah. So I guess I'm just missing like the idea of like collaborating with not just him specifically, but like a person.
yeah.
Missing that like echo chamber, and I've felt like that like the whole year. And again, that's where like the stream kind of helps.
Yeah,
But
because
I
you got a
can't be like,
community of
hey
people.
stream, let's make a comic together, because that would be a mess.
Yeah, that's a bit.
That,
That's not.
that's a much bigger project than like, hey, I'll take a
I
commission from
mean, I don't know how this stuff works, but that sounds like a horrible idea.
you. Yeah. So it's like,
I mean,
I want the community to be part of it and watch me work on it. But yeah, I can't fully rely on like, let's echo chamber and bouncy ideas.
Yeah.
It's gonna get too big.
Yeah.
It's easy like for like the night drawing. I'd be like, you guys think I should give this guy like a dumb weapon? And everybody's like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, cool. It's gonna be different than like, do you think I should handle this sequence like this?
Right, the nitty gritty.
Yeah, so I guess that's just kind of like what held me off, is because I don't want to. I guess in my brain I never thought like I'll be working on this idea alone.
Mm.
This dirty night is looking good.
Dirty night. Grunge.
Yeah.
Grunge night. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna hit all the things this year. Just taking a little guess. I'm not gonna be hitting all of them, but
you're gonna.
I'll get a nice handful of art done for a month.
You better block me on Instagram right now. Also Discord, because I'll lay into you. Easy.
You're not gonna finish? Dude, I've already got like 15 projects queued up in my mind.
I've already got all of 2022 done. Like, sketched
I've
out.
got like so many other things that aren't this. Make four and one. I thought about that, man. I thought about like, well, this heavy night. I was like, there's heavy, grunge. I'm gonna just combine a chunk of them. He's grungy, he's heavy.
One of the things I've been enjoying though is coming up with all these, because like I want to have some of these characters like reappear in future artwork. Because like I have been enjoying them, so I'm like, you know what? It'll be cool.
Do you have stuff? Because you got this one. That's the cop story stuff. Do you have Puke Night stuff going on? Story.
Puke Night.
Or is that
have
a random
story? Because he's like, in my mind, Puke Knight is like one of the bad guys you find in like an RPG.
Sure.
Like, Puke Knight is not a character; he's a like type of monster that you would encounter.
So you don't have anything. I haven't turned him into I don't have a narrative. I don't have a story to tell.
The idea is that he would pop up
in this other world you have built.
Yeah, in the story with Felton, because that's my fantasy world.
Felton?
So, like, yeah, that's the like main little kid.
You've got a fantasy world called Felton?
No, the main character in that world of the story, his name is Felton. Like, he's my Frodo, he's my Link.
Gotcha.
He's my Mighty Max. His name is spelled.
Oh. Like a boss character? Oh, that's right. Yeah, man, I could make it like a boss knight with a bunch of different...
There you go.
Or just have them like a troop of them, like all in one.
Yeah. So like, yeah, so like that's like Puke Knight is just like, hey, it's a character. Like you go into this dungeon and you turn a corner and there's 2 Puke Knights.
Yeah.
It's like, oh crap. Because I've actually had people use him in D&D. Like they've asked me questions to be like, I want to be able to put this in my D&D story. I'm like, go for it.
Can I use it? Am I allowed?
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna need 500 USD up front, thank you. And then in your D&D campaign, every time you say Puke Knight, you have to say redjarojam Limited Ltd. Trademark.
Can I do that? It's okay.
You're welcome. Yes, you can. For the low price. Like, how many players at this D&D
Oh
game?
my god, that's hilarious.
Pay for the light.
Yeah, I have a. Yeah, that's funny. I've got a few options for you. So if it's a single usage,
let's refer to the pamphlet.
Like, no, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care. Heck yeah.
But yeah, it's always just funny when people ask, like, do you mind if I like use like one of the characters you posted on Instagram as like a character? I'm like, in a D&D game, me and my 2 cousins are gonna play. I'm like, bruh, I would never know if you did.
Right, that's the funny part. It's like, no, I would never care.
Know. Like
coming after you.
Yeah, it's like I'd be concerned maybe if I found out you made a Puke Knight theme park and it was incredibly good, and then now you're making the Puke Knight cinematic universe and you're making billions per film. Yeah, I might be like, hey, remember me, the guy who made Puke Knight? But like, if you're like, I'm gonna make it for a one shot with 2 of my cousins, I'm like, I would never know.
I just wanted to talk to you. More
so I would love to have the person be like, hey, I used Puke Knight in a campaign, this is what happened, and I'd be like, yo, that story sounds amazing, glad you guys had fun with the character. Like, that's what I would prefer.
Right.
You tell me you did and that you had an awesome experience, not asking me if you can. It's like, of course, like, the more, like, that's kind of why I come up with some of these characters and stuff, and why I use that D&D hashtag and stuff. Is like, I want people to use them and enjoy the character.
Enjoy my character.
I'm not out here being like, I need $10 because you used Puke Knight in a game.
Yeah, I don't know what people expect. They just have some weird world. I better get the okay. I don't know. Sorry guys, I had this whole night planned, but the creator said I couldn't use it.
Yeah.
Well, you could just still use it. I don't know. What if it got back to him?
I'm not really. My lawyers aren't ready to battle his lawyers.
Yeah, it's he's like a full real deal artist. He's got his own Instagram and everything. So
I'm not prepared for a legal battle with him.
I tell this story a friend of mine that makes I think about it a lot, and it's just a guy being really nice. It hit me so. I'm at a Comic-Con. He's like, "Can you imagine? Man, did you imagine you'd get this far?" That's what he said to me. Like, I paid $200 to sit here and sell you stuff. I didn't get very far. Yeah. It's like, you could be here too. Just give the guy. I can point you to him. He's over there. Give that guy $200, and he'll also let you sit down at the table. But they're so genuine. It's so genuine.
What time is it? My God!
Imagine you get this
cave. You know, didn't anybody warn you that this was gonna happen, Cave? Didn't nobody warn you that this was gonna happen? You can barely hear me? That's cool. It's probably the best. For the best to just not hear me at all.
I can't
What's
even.
going on, Cave? Oh, my accordion broke.
Oh, you got raided.
Because I have been destroying it. There we go.
Crap. Yeah, Discord blocks it.
Yeah, Discord hates this sound.
They're like, nope.
Thanks for the raid, Cave. That doesn't normally happen around these parts, huh? I'm not usually up this late. It's past my bedtime. I should be asleep. But I hope you enjoyed your grapes and your Baja Blast. Boom. We're working on a bunch of ugly, stupid, stinky knights. We've got hidden. This is the hidden knight. You don't know he's there. He's completely hidden, protecting the queen's shrubbery, the topiary garden. This is a mechanical knight. He is a cuckoo bird controlling an automaton. Where's the rest of them? We've got visitors. Show off. We got a razzle dazzle. We've got Boom, Grunge Knight. We've got Boom, Shell Knight. And Heavy Knight. He's like a little, he's like, what you call it? Fall Guy, but with a big mallet and shield. I wish, Ebes. I wish. So there you go. Little crab boy. He's probably one of the best things I've ever drawn.
The crab.
Yeah. Grunge Knight's pretty good. We gotta erase him and start laying the color down, and then Shrubbery Knight's getting close. He's almost done as well.
Yeah, I like your hidden knight.
Isn't he? He's
great.
flawless. It came to me in a dream. No.
Heck yeah.
How was your night, Cave? Have fun? I don't know why I'm still up, but evidently I've got to stay up a little bit longer now. I've got guests. Let's go with this one first. Hey, work pizza killing aliens. Nice. Nice. Doing a little bit of this back here. A little bit. He's gonna shadow some of this because he's a big stupid bush. That looks good. That looks beautiful. And no one could see what I was doing. Easy. Knock that in. And then we need to do a little bit of a horizon line. Right here. There we go. Totally don't need to color within the lines. Who does that?
Yeah, you don't need to worry about lines.
It's more expressive that way. If you don't worry about where the lines are and staying in them and making your colors clean and accurate.
Oh, you're saying too many words.
Then people use the term like your stuff evokes whimsy, and then you feel bad because you're like, is that good? I don't know what that word is. It's a nice way of saying it's goofy and stupid. Got it. That's what I'm going for. I showed
it's got the
you.
Right level of dumb. It's my favorite type of art.
Yeah. I like art you don't gotta think about. I didn't think about it to make it, so I don't want you to think about it to look at it. Thank you.
I like to shut my mind off when I'm looking at art.
That's a coincidence because I shut my mind off while I make art. Duh. People have often watched me eat glue on my stream.
You got like some good paste.
I kind of go into like a Zen trance.
And then you get like recommendations if you like that paste.
You should try this paste. Be like, sorry.
Why aren't you using this paste? I don't know why you're using that one.
I used to use that paste, but I've transcended to this paste.
Mod Podge has a nice tangy afterbirth.
The old bougie Mod Podge. I'm sorry, I'm over here on the Elmer's.
Just as expensive.
I'm sorry, but is that paste gluten free?
Do you have a low carb Mod Podge?
I'm on the keto diet.
Keto Mod Podge.
I'm at frickin' Michael's asking him, do you know the carb content of this? They're like, sir, please leave the store.
That is the YouTube channel that only I
What's
would
going
want.
on, Clever?
Baja Blast paste. Is that what Matt says? Yeah. Taco Bell Mod Podge.
I would like you to ban him in your chat for me. Thank you very much. No one disrespects my Baja Blast addiction. I don't got a problem. You got a problem.
No. Say it isn't so. So I never really paid much attention to your sculpting stuff. Is that all you're like done?
What do you mean?
Like is it over with? The thing you were working on before October? What was that? The Ninja Turtle ball character of the Puke Knight.
The Puke Knight is not done. Because I want to still like refine them and clean them up and keep working on them because I'm trying to get it to like the quality to like
it seemed like it was getting pretty refined.
No. You're unrefined.
Like, I don't know.
Think that was refined.
Well, for you, I look at your other art, so I just assume.
Oh yeah, it's one of the best things I've ever sculpted. Clearly.
I was like, this is pretty sick.
I didn't know you were capable of making stuff. Though. That's always fun. It's like me neither, but it kind of doesn't sound as.
This
nice
is like actually like
mouth.
A real thing. Like your other stuff is cute and all, but like, this is like...
I didn't know you could make real art like this. First off, this is real art. Second off, the other stuff I don't make is not real art. Okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to fight you twice.
This looks like something you buy at a store or something.
This almost looks like someone who knew what they were doing made it.
I was like, what YouTube videos are you
And you're
Coffee.
saying, you made this. And I'm like, yes.
Your sculpting eclipses your drawing ability.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
What? Huh? What?
That's not really like a hard thing to achieve, but thank you.
No, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Nothing.
I don't know nothing about no sculpting. But the puke knight, which is this little chubby bud right here, this is what we're talking about, everybody that's AFK and or has my channel muted.
Right.
This is what we're talking about. And then when I say that it needs further refining, and this crazy person that's on the other side of the microphone is like, what do you mean? You can see right here where I broke off a bunch of pieces, like this area right here.
Mm.
And here, and here, and here. Because as like I said, I'm trying to get it to be mold and castable for vinyl. So certain things that I don't normally think of or understand need to be worked through. And I decided that two things that were here wouldn't work, and I need to rework that idea. But we're getting there. And it's one of those challenges where like I want to like deal with it, but we just haven't had the time because I'm so far behind in Puke Night. I mean Nighttober, and the issue there is I was ready. I was so ready to be on time.
How are you not on time? Are you like what are you? How are you like really far behind or something?
I currently drawn. I have like the next 2 days. I believe today was mechanical. So mechanical is here. That was supposed to be today. I believe tomorrow is this one, and the day after is this one. But these were 2 days ago.
Gotcha.
So like I'm caught up and behind at the same time, you know, like I'm that Schrodinger's cat kind of crap. I'm caught up and horribly behind at the exact
like,
same
this is not gonna
time.
work. The train's gonna crash. Yeah. See, that's how I start the month. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Train's gonna crash on this one.
Well, here was the thing: is I was ready to go. Like I would have been fine, but my father, who lives in Minnesota, was like, "Hey, I'm gonna drive through Tennessee and pick up your grandfather, and we're gonna come down to Orlando to visit sometime in October." I was like, cool, sounds awesome. Can't wait for sometime in October. Then he literally called me the Thursday before Friday the 1st and was like, we'll be in town tomorrow. And I was like, you don't do this to me. Like, you don't understand what I'm doing here.
I'm busy.
I've got a whole Nighttober thing planned. I got a first Friday of the month weird 3 creatures to smush together. Like, I've got a lot going. So yeah, like, so that first weekend. So the first weekend of freaking October, I fall behind because 2 family members kick open the door of my house and are like, "Hey, we're here for the weekend." And I was like, "Oh my god." Yeah. So I was like, I can't be like Gramps. I can't be dealing with you this weekend. I've got art for internet people to make.
You said what?
How many internet people care about it? Probably like 1, maybe.
Yeah, not even. Like, ultimately.
You don't understand. I'm going to post these and hope that they get more than 10 likes. 10's easy. That's like easy pity likes. It's everything past that I'm just standing there staring at going, let's go. How high will the like number go so that I can value myself today? And then it doesn't go that very high, and it's like we're laying on the couch with the dog and crying.
That stuff I have to like, because I was saying I was
crying.
I was having fun doing my gouache landscape stuff. Meanwhile, like your posts, just shedding people. Like anybody who followed me for weird, goofy monster drawings is like out.
I'm here for pig wizards, and if you dare stray from the pig wizards, I'm the hell out.
Let me guess, you're posting another park painting? Like, yep, that's like 20, 15. I'm like, oh, But I was having
Valley
fun,
Dweller.
so I just said don't bug out.
I'm cut off all the undercuts, I think. The last time I showed him the photo of this Valley Dweller, I got a by Jove, I think he's got it. So I was like, he's referring to me, I think.
Like, I'm living off that high.
Yeah.
Got approval.
I was like, I think we got it, but I don't want to sculpt on it anymore because I might ruin it. But it needs to be sculpted on more because it is clearly not ready to go. I show it to him again and he's like, oh, you done goofed. Roblox chicken nugget.
So I don't
Thank
like
you
that
for the
about,
follow.
about Inktober. Or not Inktober, but streaming.
Just
is
art
people,
in general?
People,
Oh.
No, streaming is that people going like, oh, that's how it's turned out. Like, at the beginning it was interesting, but I don't know about that direction.
This is how you make art? Alright, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just keep enjoying the final product, I guess, because this process. Ooh.
Yeah, because I've had people say that. They're like, well, I liked it at the beginning. Like, it was really colorful, and then it just got all muddy. Yep. Oh, I felt it firsthand. I felt it firsthand. I was there. I was the one watching.
What's going on, Roblox chicken nugget?
Watching it fall apart
Yeah.
in my hands.
It's like we're just sitting here in chat, helpless, watching a car accident happen, and we can't do anything.
It's like, well, y'all saw what just happened tonight. I'm gonna close it out now. You'll see me in 3 days.
The train's coming, but the car won't get off the track, so we can't look away. It's just gonna get destroyed.
He's just not stopping, is he? He's just gonna keep...
See, that's where I luck out. My stuff is awful the whole way through until that white gel pen shows up and people are like, wait a minute, where'd the good drawing come from?
I mean, I kind of get that.
While I was showing you the bird in my left hand, boom, the right hand pulled a quarter out of your ear.
That can kind of happen with the goofy ink stuff. Because it's like, you get scribbly and they're like, I don't know what that is. I'm like, hold on, let me paint over everything bad.
Let me actually put a good painting over top of it. Ah, there we are.
This was Inktober, but really it's Gouache-tober. Did you know?
Well, that's the fun on Nighttober, is it could be whatever medium you wanted. It ain't ink.
I blend all the things together. I'm going to be using ink on Inktober. And then I just use the prompts of whatever. But you're not doing the Inktober prompts. Like, what? It's Inktober, not Prompttober.
Ooh. Got him. Mic drop.
Big brain. Look at the big brain.
Hands on hips like is not Prompttober.
He
got us.
You did something there?
He got us, chat. It's not Prompttober.
Jeez, that's everybody's coming up with a 15 million. I'm only doing these words.
Yeah.
Like, who cares?
And then I think it's also funny that it has to be October. Because like any other month is like, yo, you could come up with a prompt.
My buddy,
any month.
No. My buddy that just does comics and stuff. He's like swimming in ink all year long. Like, okay, yeah, it's cute. Everybody's coming in now, and burning out.
Burning out. He's like, I do a drawing in ink every day of my life, 365. But do you do prompts?
Yeah. Try to put them to a prompt. That actually causes me more That's the prompt thing is what holds me up more than anything, probably. Because
Oh, see, I love it because it gets me out of my head of drawing D&D monsters over and over again. Now I draw D&D monsters based on prompts.
My screen, I don't know if you can, like, I can do these things. These are like warm-ups.
Yeah.
In like 5 minutes.
Piles of line. Okay, got it. Yep.
Yeah, well, these are all, just piles of dumb lines. I don't know. Oh no, what were these? Yeah, anyways. Not for anything. So I go like, oh, these are all ink drawings. Done. I did 4 of them today. 5 of them. I was like, hey.
But were they Inktober? Inktober
They weren't,
prompts.
or they weren't knights. They weren't knights. They weren't Inktober prompts. It's like, well, what's the
like that
point?
freaking bunny that you were like, well, I'm gonna put an elbow guard here, and boom, this bunny's a
A
knight.
knight. Yep, that's 100%.
I was like, we're not gonna let him get away with that, are we?
And guess what? It works. It works.
Yep. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Red's like, I'm trying to be creative here, and he freaking just.
And you go the good art route and just completely shit over everything I'm trying to do here.
Do you see the creativity that it takes to come up with this? It's like a bunny.
You're like, yeah,
just
your
slap some armor on
concept
it.
is not bad, redjarojam, but the execution is what leaves us desiring. But this guy over here, he just makes good art, so we're with him. I'm like, oh,
Just. Yeah,
I'm
just
just
draw
gonna
a
take
piece of
my-
armor.
I'm just
and,
gonna take my little art ball and go home.
Put an animal in it. Yeah, you're like, why even bother? If I'm not king of all of the things that exist. I don't even want it.
I guess I'll just go home and eat my
Oh.
Taco Bell while the rest of y'all have filet mignon. Alright, I'm out of here. Stream Raiders is done. We've died twice in a row. It's dead to me. We're after midnight. Shouldn't even still be on. But D-Linker won't let me go, everybody. I'm blinking and none of you are understanding that I'm in distress.
Yeah. Yeah,
Blink if you're being held against your will. I'm just feverishly blinking.
I believe it was. Let's look at the chat. Let's roll back the chat. What does it say? Red Jar comes into my chat and says, "Get on Discord." I'm gonna kill your stream. Get on Discord.
In my mind, I'm so good. I now have 2 Twitch streams.
I don't think enough people can hear me yammer about who knows what. I need another avenue. I need
more people having access to the dumb crap I think and say, please. I need to watch 2 channels' viewer count slowly creep towards 0.
Yeah, right. No, I bet Lita probably came and said, nope. Not gonna,
She's like, I'm about to raid again.
not gonna bump you into the top 5. Where did that come from? That blows my mind.
300 followers
That
for
blows my
300
mind. I still
viewers
keep
for
like,
you tonight.
But why? Though?
She saw that good art that you're making that is clearly not following any of the legal October prompt lists. You're going rogue.
This is I'm doing the crow topic. See, guys?
How dare you?
It's legit tonight.
It's a night and a crow, but it is not a crow night.
Did you notice the helmet? The helmet has wings and
those
crows mixed.
Those are ravens, and I think you're painting a raven, so I'm kind of.
You know what?
You
know what?
As an avid bird fan.
Because the last 2 days you looked up crows. You're like, what's the difference between crows and ravens?
Yeah, because I already had people in my channel giving me crap about it, and I was like, dear God.
They're
how
really
can I
close.
how can I hear less of this on my next stream? I guess I'm gonna have to research it. So when people come in and go, hey, oh wait, he actually is doing it correct, and then they go away.
Oh, see, I would do the are you still talking? Raven Crow, bunch of nerds, bird nerds. Get out of here.
Bird nerd.
I don't need
Bird
you.
nerd.
Unfollow. Go to YouTube. Stop hanging out on Twitch. I don't even need you. Is it a goat or is it a sheep?
It's neither.
It's neither. Yes, this is cool, man. Chatting.
Tammin's in here saying, "Oh, Red does research because he loves us." Yeah. What is that called? Stockholm syndrome, where the prisoner
So I
loves the
did.
person that's keeping him captured.
I looked at crows and ravens, and I was like, I don't give a shit. I was drawing some mix in between. Like, are you gonna get out the
Like,
size chart? And
I can't
actually,
understand what I'm reading, so I'm just gonna ignore
well, it's
it.
like, see how this one looks smoother? I'm like, no, I don't care. Don't care. See the beak shorter, technically? Like, I'm not ever gonna measure the beak I draw. It's just whatever's happening.
When is there going to be a different sized beak near this
This
beak
man thinks he's
to
doing a crow night.
cross-reference?
It's a raven night. I'm like, dude, I'm like 20 nights behind. You're lucky you got anything.
Anything.
I was gonna go paint some more pumpkin wizard things or whatever. Done.
This channel's all about frogs now, don't you know? Keep
Oh
up.
man. I'm doing fairy tober. Mm-hmm. But yeah. So it's about that time. It's time to wrap it up. I'm
Gotta
done.
wrap it up.
I'm freaking done with this.
I'm done here. I'm deleting everything. The VOD's going in the trash.
Yeah.
No one can prove this happened.
I can upload it back to YouTube now. That was down because of the issues.
Ish.
The Twitch problems.
Whoa.
The hacks. I put everything over onto the leaks. I put everything over onto YouTube after I'm finished. Do you do that?
No, because
You're like, I don't want to record any of this.
Yeah, like, what?
I like it because I
Like,
usually finish. What? I finish an image in the session or whatever,
Yeah.
which is different than how I used to work, or whatever. And I like seeing.
Oh yeah.
Like seeing the start to finish. So I'm like, oh, it's a start to finish image. Put it up on YouTube.
No, because like I'd have to like mute it because I'm usually just arguing about things with my chat for however many hours.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm ranting about stuff and then like it's funny because like a day or two later my chat will be like, but you said, and I'm like, I have no clue, because like when I'm streaming and I'm talking, I am just blathering. I am not paying attention to what comes out of my own mouth. I don't recall what you guys are saying. I'm just in like a fury of I love drawing and there's people around and I've got to interact with them.
Right.
But like, it's not like to say that like I don't take what happens here seriously, because I also do that at like my job.
Take it more serious,
and my personal life, because every minute that I'm not drawing is just getting through that minute so that I can go draw.
Unless you're playing.
Like
playing.
So when like people at my job are like talking to me, I'm just like, I gotta get through this conversation so that I can go back to drawing. Yes, boss, I did whatever work you think I should have completed by now.
Ugh.
Certainly.
Ugh.
Working from home is totally nice. I'm not laying on my bed listening to Baby Keem falling asleep. Certainly not. That would be reckless.
An insane person. That sounds like an insane person.
I would never.
Not with your work ethic. You're solid gold.
Yeah.
I can't imagine, yeah. No, oh man, I bet you're so bummed that you're not playing New World.
No, I'm good. I just wanted to have a game like that, like, accessible again. Because I do like playing video games.
Well, you were playing Wasn't WoW like a pretty regular thing for you?
For that month where I slid into only playing WoW
Oh,
because I felt miserable, yeah.
oh, I thought that was like
No, that was like,
you've been playing WoW for the last like 18 years or something.
oh no, I that was like actually like the first time I've like really played WoW.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like I've played in the past, but it was one of those things like a friend's like, "Hey, you should roll on our server." And I'm like, "Sure." And I'm leveling. They're already max level because they've been playing. And as I'm like leveling, they're all like, "Yeah, we don't play anymore." And I'm like, "Oh,
Uh,
cool. Well, I'm 42 and the level cap is 110.
right.
So do I keep going to 110 alone or do I leave?" So when I finally played with my couple of friends this recent time, it was like I gotta decide on which one of the like 9 level 40, level 50 characters I have that I want to focus on and
That's
actually finally
impossible.
get to
Yeah.
max level.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, it took a little while, but we got there.
Those games, man, they'll get you.
They, they will, but it
They're
served
not.
its
They're not
purpose.
good. They're not good for
It let me
artists.
turn off my brain and just play for a couple of weeks because that's what I needed it to do.
The only thing is if you can, yeah, get out of it.
Uh,
It's a pretty healthy like
when I'm not
pull.
like when I've never had that problem except for
Oh,
like when
lucky
I'm dealing
you!
with
You're like
like,
the guy that like takes heroin. I just do this casually.
yeah,
Casual
like,
heroin shot.
yeah, in the
Shoot
past I've
up.
never really worried about it. Oh, this was Browning. Okay, okay.
That's
Nobody look at how I just destroyed this whole piece, please. But well, my buddies and I used to play. The guy, like the Ebes, who was like in my chat earlier, we've played MMOs together for like 10 plus years now. What we really usually
oh,
do is like when
what was the MMO that you're most addictive?
uh I guess I would say the first one, Warhammer, Age of Reckoning. But again, I
Gotcha.
wasn't like addicted. It was just I was just coming out of college. So I had my arena job, and if I wasn't at work, I was like, I don't have classes anymore. So what do I do when I'm not at work?
Games.
Play Warhammer. So yeah, it wasn't really like I was addicted. It was just like I don't have to go to lectures anymore. I
Right.
feel like I have just hours and hours of free time because it was just like go to work, come home, what do I do?
Right.
So so yeah, Warhammer was the thing. And then for the years that I just worked at the arena, like I was either drawing or playing an MMO because I'm not really into like first person shooter Call of Duty type stuff. I like my MMOs.
I
So
like.
then we got into just like as MMOs came out, we just were like, let's hop into the new one, check it
Sure.
out.
Sure.
So
Roll it
yeah,
up.
there was a decent group of us that just popped into every like new MMO and just played them. And then whenever it was like, this game's not the one, we'd move on. So now New World, I'm approaching it differently because like I have like a real job with what's going on, the art of DHT 79. How are you doing? We're working on this is a mechanical knight. And I know it looks a lot like just a horribly drawn cuckoo clock with arms, but that's my mechanical knight. But New World, I'm just approaching it where like when I want that itch to play, I'll jump in because like the cool thing is there's no monthly, so I don't have that like guilt to like I'm paying
Right.
$15 and I haven't logged in 2 days.
I should get
Better
my.
get in there.
Yeah, I better get my use.
Yeah, so I don't have any of that. The initial cost to buy the game was fairly cheap. $40 is awesome for games right now, because like a Call of Duty's easily 60.
Sure.
So, and then it has like the different stuff. Like I'm really enjoying the fighting mechanics of like you actually have to like target and move around and aim. So that's been fun, because a lot of MMOs don't have that. It's, you target a character and then just spam your abilities till it dies.
Right.
And then this one is like, and again, there's no class in this one, so you don't feel like I need to roll 9 characters to figure out which one I want to actually be. It's like, nope, if you want to change weapon, you're good to go. So I don't have to make 8 characters, I can just have this one duder. And then it's got neat stuff like the crafting system, so like if I'm just like, you know what, I just want to kind of mellow out after work for a little bit, I can just get in there and like craft stuff. Or, hey, it's a nice afternoon, let's just fish. And the fishing system is like fairly robust, so it's cool. So I'm just trying to enjoy it, because I need something like that. I need something to just turn off, because art used to do it, but now I'm just like, I'm making so much more than I used to, and now I need to like escape from the art.
Escape from the art. Yeah, I was
I
always
gotta
playing
get
video games.
I gotta get the hell away from it. And like
always
most
playing
other
video
games just don't hold my interest anymore, especially, and part of it is I found Twitch. I much rather sit and draw and then watch someone that I like enjoy the personality of play the game, so I get to see it, but I don't have to be the person who's hitting like the B, the X, the circle. Like, I don't need to be that person. I'm totally fine with watching someone that I enjoy, like their personality, play the game, and then get to like see the game.
Yeah, that always
and
seemed
move
weird
on.
to me, but then I had a similar experience. I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting. Because I didn't know if I would always check Twitch out if I didn't want to, before I was going to buy something,
Yeah.
And then I ended up watching someone play, and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm good, but this is entertaining enough. I feel like I got...
Yeah. Well, that's what's funny is that's pretty much like how I got through college. Like, so when people are like, how are you like Twitch and this and that, I was like, I used to be in an apartment with like 4 other people, and they would be playing video games, and I would be sitting there doing my painting for my classes, like my homework. So like after a while, I just really liked that, because I was like, hey, I can get stuff done and still see the game. I don't feel I have to like be like, I'm gonna squeak in an hour of Resident Evil today. I was like, I can just watch my roommate play Resident Evil and paint. And then when I found out Twitch existed, I was like, holy crap, I don't need my roommates and their awful ability to play games anymore. Because like sometimes it would be like you need to switch to the other weapon. You need to stop running down that hallway.
Hey,
you don't know how to give me the controller.
Don't you see where you need to go? You need to go.
Yeah, you're killing me right now, Smalls.
I watched my brother play. He came over and visited for a week when I was in college, and he was playing one of the Zeldas. Anyways, I watched him play the entire thing, and that was very similar. Like, you gotta go over there. You gotta do that.
What are you doing? No, you don't throw that away. Oh my god. I've got to leave the house. I'm shaking. What's going on, Hootie Hoot?
Well, hey, I am gonna call it done.
Wow.
Beating the guy that's like 1 a.m. for you, right?
It is.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Well, you did cut into my New World time. I will tell you that. I would have ended around 11.
I was expecting you to bounce whenever. It's like.
I've been playing. Well, honestly, I didn't realize what time it was. I've just been
Well,
deep in this freaking pit of nights.
Technically, I have 2 crow nights. I got 2 of them.
These nights just never stop. Every time I turn around, it's like, oh yeah, you gotta draw another night. But I just drew 20. Yeah, now you gotta draw 21.
Yeah, well, you don't gotta do nothing.
Oh, I have to.
I do what I want. So he said.
And then the voice in the back of my head is like, you do what I want. And I'm like, oh, you're correct. Correct. You're gonna draw a night, and then you're gonna get Baja Blast. I like part of what you're saying. Weird voice in the back of my head, but I don't like all of it.
Thanks, Tammond. Glad you like it. Thanks for hanging out in my chat. Same with Matt. See how Red took it over, talking about dumb shit.
Oof.
People came for the
Never
mellow,
again.
the vibe, and you just ruined it.
I came in to just have a nice evening.
Oh, wait a minute. My streams were usually
ranting like a jackass that I don't even get to see.
I just collect Red's tabbed out people at the end. That's what my stream is. Oh, hey. Raiding again?
Hey, I'm gonna raid over and just give you these AFK people. Alright, bye.
Hey, it bumps me up and then other people see me, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm there too.
And then they come in and then they're like, yo, what paper do you use? What brush is that? That's an Electromaster paintbrush,
I started
right?
getting a lot.
I
was getting that a lot. Like a lot. I'll get the. Yeah, that's not going to end, is it? That's just going to continue.
It's because your art is good.
Gouache?
As they're scrolling through the thing, they're like, oh, this person paints and art's really good. I got to go in and ask this master. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
What paper are you using? I don't know. Never.
The flat kind? The flat one? Didn't have...
I prefer to use paper that's made from trees.
Actually,
not rice paper. There you go.
Cotton. 100% cotton.
Is the baby brush. Don't make fun of my brush size.
Alright.
Alright. I'm raiding over to ODAT.
Alright, later. See ya.
Have a nice night.
It's been real.
It's good hanging out. Yeah. I'm
later.
gonna send you so many photos on Discord.
Actually,
and I'm also gonna yell at you about Inktober. So
the way it goes.
Be ready.
That's the way it goes.
Be ready.
See ya, folks. Later.
Alright, see you, dude. Night, everyone.